Well, along with Nate Otley, I began talking with Miss Keeley, who's the English teacher here at the high school, and some of the hurdles that her students had to in AP Comp had to go through in order to organize their day. As we all know, this is a whole different brand of learning. It's a soft skill, these organizational skills, and if there's any silver lining in this, once we learn this, we'll be able to adapt either to college or to the workforce. But with that being said, what are some of the other problem-solving skills that your students have learned in AP Comp to kind of organize their day or your class?
So how this all came up, we talked about this past Friday, was that kids, I constantly kept hearing, I'm drowning, I can't keep my head above water, I'm spending 5 hours on this class to catch up on it, and then I'm falling behind in all my other classes. So it started sort of an impromptu conversation with a couple students where they were saying, this is how I organize things, this is how I do it. So we took some time in class and I shared some things that I use, that I make my own children use, that I know other students have used that have helped them kind of organize their day, especially when they're not used to having to organize their school day. I mean, I know we did crisis learning in the spring, but it was really different. So one of the things I gave my students was I made them a PowerPoint really quickly, Monday through Friday, listed all their classes, they can edit it, put in the work. Maybe the due dates, but not just due dates. When do they have tests? And then I said, if you have a quiz or a set of questions due Thursday, I'm sure your teacher intends for you to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They don't intend for you to do all of that work Wednesday night because it should be about 40 minutes of work. So schedule that every day. So schedule your math time every single day. Schedule your science time, schedule your English time. Make sure you're actually scheduling time each day. And it's going to be a lot of time because school's a lot of time.
Right.
But that's what you have to do. It's not going to take like 15 minutes. One of the things that some of my students shared was that they go and every morning they take a look at what they have to do for that day. And if there's anything that is a video, as soon as they wake up, they do the video because they said they can watch it in bed or on the couch and they don't have to do a whole lot of thinking. And then they save some of their harder classes and the things that require harder skills for the afternoon when they're more awake. My own children organize it differently. My youngest, who hates school, does what she hates first and saves her favorite for afterwards. My oldest does her favorite first and then saves what she hates for last. So you can organize it that way. I use a planner. I show it to my students every day, and I like to cross things off, keep a list, number them. Here's the order that I want to do it in. And if it didn't work in that order the first time, then try a different order. But keep track of what you have to do every day and do some of everything every day, because then you won't be spending 6 hours on trig.
Right. Whenever I go on Edge Duty, I see a lot of kids that'll concentrate on one class that whole day, and then they wake up Tuesday, they're behind in all the other classes. So a lot of what I think I hear you saying is one is routine, routine, routine. So look up and know when Ms. Keeley's talking about her calendar, students are waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning, let's say, and then they have a routine every day from what they do from 8 o'clock on. And they don't move away from that too often. And once they get into that routine, it becomes kind of like school. When your classes are, that's when you go. And when that routine happens, it kind of makes your day a little bit more sane, organized, like you have a grasp of what's going on. Because a lot of what I'm hearing, it just feels like kind of chaos. And you have to kind of simplify things as much as possible.
Well, yeah, because if not, you're catching up on everything. It's a constant state of panic
Right.
and paralysis because you're panicked that, oh my God, I have to finish this and then I'm behind on this and oh my gosh. And then you start to kind of paralyze because you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get out
Right.
of this. So if you schedule it every day, just a little bit. I mean, it could be 20 minutes. You could break it up. Some things do have longer tasks. Like I know some of the videos students were saying are like, just the videos, 45 minutes. Well, then
Right.
watch that video and schedule maybe math in the morning every day, if that's the longer videos, and then do some of your other things in the afternoon. And then also keep track of when your teachers have office hours. Write it down like on a Post-it note or put it in your phone as a little alert. That way you know, okay, I need help with this, I've got questions, here's when I can drop into a meeting, or here's when I know they'll definitely answer my or my email messages.
Yeah, that's a huge one. If I hear teachers saying anything, and I know it's sort of new, but please communicate with your teachers. If you're not communicating, you're kind of floating out there, and the teachers don't have any idea, and they want to help. If you're running into problems, teachers are kind of adapting to where you are. I know a lot of you guys, it took a while to kind of get organized of how did this work, and all of a sudden you found out it works, and you're 16 chapters behind. And the analogy I heard is like with you're at the ocean and a wave knocks you over, you get back up, the next wave's coming. So when you communicate with your teachers, that's whenever they can kind of sit down with you and kind of reorganize where you are and get a new starting point. If you're not working and not talking to the teachers, there's no way they know and can help you on that. I know it's a different way of learning, but this is something we're going to have to adapt. Any other ideas or?
I talk to your friends too. I'd ask your friends what works for them. Some may be successful, some may not be successful. And not only that, know what time of day, know yourself. Like, what time of day do you work best? I know a lot of students say they do their best work in the evening. So the classes that you can, not mine, but the classes that you can do in the evening, save those for the evening when you're like a night owl. Maybe that's when you want to do the bulk of that work. But that way you can kind of schedule your other classes, and sorry if you have me second period at 7:30 in the morning.
Right.
But okay, I know I have Keely's meeting, I'm gonna jump on that meeting, then I can go and take a nap, and then after lunch I'm gonna get all my other stuff done. So kind of know yourself. I said it's good practice, because if you plan on going to college, no one's gonna come knocking on your door, making sure that you've gone to class. Depending on what type of school you go to, some professors dock points for not showing up to class.
Right.
Some don't care. Some are like, you're just a number.
Right. And as I was bringing up earlier, like the bosses will tell you the biggest soft skill is kind of organization, be able to work on your own without them having to sort of babysit you. So again, as I said, the silver lining is you're learning it a little earlier than we thought, unfortunately, but it's there. Let's take advantage of that opportunity. So I think in the end, in closure, is routine, and communicate. If you can do those things, as long as you put in the hours for your work, and I'm hearing about 5 to 6 hours a day, so it's like a regular school day, and this is coming from your peers, coming from your teachers. If you do that, things will sit there and kind of calm down for you, and we can kind of get you started for the rest of the school year. We don't know what that's going to be about, but let's plan as if this is going to be to the end. And if it's not, we'll come back hopefully together soon. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and we miss all of your faces. Thanks.